Hi friends, it's Kelly. Thanks so much for being here. It's day 9 of Paige Taylor Evans' 20 Days of Fall and Autumn Cut Files, and it's Keep Calm and Rake On. And I'm going to be working in the Silhouette Design Studio. I started by making a copy of the cut file and setting that off to the side. And I'm going to release the compound path of the cut file so that each piece will become an individual piece instead of a cut file that you can't work with. And I'm going to speed this up while I erase everything except for the letters in the phrase. And this is going to become my first layer in my design. And if you erase the wrong item, just use your back arrow. It'll come back onto your mat and then you can carry on. And once you're done, you can group all the layers together and then we can work with it and make it a layer. So I've made a copy of that and set that off to the other side of my mat. Now I am going to center the letters on the mat, and if I continually center everything throughout my design here, I'll know that all the layers will line up. So I've just drawn an odd shaped square on the mat, but I'm going to make it a particular size by using the transition window, and I've made the outside square 11 by 11, and I'm just going to change the color there and you can see how that turned out. It's 11-inch square with the phrase cut out of it. And once I cut the cut file, if I put it on top, it will fit perfectly. So that's my white layer. I'm going to make a copy of that and set it off to the side. And then working with the copy, I release the compound path again and erase the outside square. And then I regrouped them and did an interior offset. I dragged the outside cut file away and I'm left with just these narrow letters. And I'm going to draw a square around those that's 11.5 inches and group them together again, make them a compound path. And what I'm left with is an 11.5-inch square with narrower, yeah, letters. And I'm going to cut that out of the pink. It's the B side of paper 24, I believe. So that's what they look like layered. The white over the pink. Now I bought the digital collection, and so I can store those in Silhouette Design Studio, and I was able to try a whole bunch of the papers behind my cut file layers just to see which one I wanted to go with, and I chose it's paper 1, I believe. Yeah, the back of paper 1. So that's kind of a nice thing to use the collection for. You can use it in Silhouette Design Studio and try a whole bunch of things. So when I finally cut out Paige's cut file for today, I cut it out of blue paper 19, also the B side. And when you put all the layers together, the cut file, the white layer, the pink layer, and the background paper, this is what you're left with. So I'm going to show you quickly if you want to make backing pieces for the leaves and the rake. You just take a copy of your cut file, release the compound path, and I like to isolate, I'll call it, the item that I want to make a backing for. In this case, it's the leaf on the bottom right hand side. I dragged away everything around it, grouped the individual pieces together, and did an offset. You might be left with some odd little bits inside. Just release the compound path and drag the leaf away and erase those little bits, and now you have a piece that will fit exactly behind the cut lines. And I can bring the cut file ahead so that you can see the green part behind the blue cut file. There you go. And that's how you would do the rake. And we can do one more item. Let's do the rake handle. I'm going to do an offset. I did it at 0.90 and just drag it out of the smaller item. There you go. Fits right in behind. Let's do the bottom of the rake. Again, an offset. Erase that smaller inside piece, and that fits inside the rake. So that's a quick way to do your backing pieces. Now, if I want to make the interior letters, I actually pop them up. I made a copy of the pink one and released a compound path, and you're left with a whole bunch of individual layers, and I used each alphabet, or each letter, pardon me, on a piece of the collection and cut them out individually because each of my letters is a different color. And I did the same process with the A and D's in the phrase, except I cut out photographs instead of letters. So thanks for being here. Here's some close-ups. If you have any questions, please leave them in comments below. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.